Today topic is testing and maintenance of rotating ink machine. Today we will know about the testing and maintenance of rotating machine, how to test a rotating machine or how to maintenance a rotating machine. We know about their different we know about their different part and also know their test and maintenance. The first is a routine test of single phase induction on motor. A routine test is one type of test is applied on the electric machine. The routine test means all induction motor are tested. Here the we apply the routine test on the induction motor. All induction motor are tested before a shipment from the factory. This test can be subdivided in group. When the rotating machine or induction motor is manufactured in a factory, after manufactured by the factory, then this time before the shipment, we will check the motor. The check is a different type. Number one is a routine test, second type test, and third is special type test. Today we'll know about the routine test of single phase induction motor. First is a routine test. The primary purpose of the routine test is ensure to the freedom from electrical and mechanical defect. We will do the primary test on the single phase induction motor or for find out the different type fault, the fault as electrical fault or mechanical fault, and to demonstrate by means of key test the similarity of the motor to standard motor of the same design. The same design motor are tested by the factory or by the engineer who they test the machine. The standard motor is an imaginary motor. The standard motor is an imaginary motor. We can imagine the standard motor but cannot produce a ideal motor in the factory or industry. So the standard motor is an imaginary motor whose performance characteristics would agree. The performance characteristic would agree exactly with the accepted performance or predictions. The depending size of the motor, some or all of the following tests could continue to the routine test. Or depending the size of the motor, the some test will do in the factory before the shipment. The following tests are: number one, winding resistance measurement. Winding resistance measurement. The single phase induction motor, their winding, the stator winding and the rotor winding. The winding are their winding, but and also there has a resistance. The resistance is measured by the ohmmeter. Second is no load running current and power. No load running current and power. And second test is no load running current and power. The second test will tested by the in the factory. The test is running current and power. Second and third is high potential test. High potential test means how high voltage test. In this test, the provide a high voltage to the single phase induction motor. Then this time we will follow the behavior of the induction motor. Second is fourth is locket rotor test. Locket rotor test. This means block rotor test. Number 5, air gap measurement. The air gap between the stator and the rotor, it is important for the measurement. 6 is direction of rotation and phase sequence. We'll see the direction of rotation, the direction and of the rotor will check by the changing connection to the motor. Number 7, current balance. How to a motor balance a current when the three-phase induction motor are connected to the three-phase current balance. Then this time we will check the balance between the phase sequence. This is a current balance. Insulation resistance measurement. The insulation resistance measurement. The insulation resistance are measured by the meter. The insulation are provided in the stator or a rotor because there are cannot occur the short circuit between the winding. 9 is bearing temperature rise. Bearing will follow the temperature rise of bearing. At a time the temperature is very high, then this time the bearing is overheated, then this time bearing will crack. Number 10, a magnetic center at no load. Number 11, shaft voltage. Number 12, noise. And number 13 is vibration. There are different type test within. There are different type is test, and the test under the routine and test. Second is routine maintenance of single phase induction motor. Here we will know about the maintenance of single phase induction motor. The maintenance program for every 5 or 6 months for cleaning throughout, blowing out dirt from the winding and oil commutator. This maintenance are done every 5 or 6 months for cleaning a commutator, blowing out or dirty, removing the dirt from winding. The check process, check the process and replace. Check the process and replace any that are more than half worn. Examine the process holder and clean them if dirty. Here we'll follow the process and process holder. The process are accommodates the different type of dirt. Then this time we can remove the dirt by the brush. The maintenance program for every week. We'll see the maintenance program for every week. The different type, the different point we'll check after or every week. Number 1, the examine the commutator and brass. The we'll check for every week the examine the commutator and brass. The commutator is a part of the rotating machine, and the brass is the brass are provided the current to the rotor. Now, second, examine the starter, switch, fuse, and other control the tight loose connection. The second examine, we'll do the second examine their connection, the tight. We'll see their connection tight or loose. Third is see the machine brought up to rated speed in normal time or not. The third is we will follow the rated speed. The rated speed checked by the tachometer. Number 4, the check the level of oil in a bearing. Check the level of oil in the bearing. We'll check the level of oil in bearing every week. Next is the maintenance program for every 5 or 6 months. Maintenance program for every 5 or 6 months. The will check the single phase induction motor after 5 or 6 months. There are different point. The number on clean the motor thoroughly, blowing out a dart from winding and wipe the commutator and brushes. We'll clean the motor. We will clean the motor or their different part commutator brush. I will check after every 5 or 6 months. Second is check the brushes and replace check the brushes and replace any that are more than half on.